Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to overthink a few things, so bring yourself a drink. Okay, so this is what I got. Gearing. This is for 5-speed transmissions. 6-speed, it'll be different. 1917 wheel combination, important. 2118. That's the big difference, okay? Bashan Storm, Bros, and Shark. You're going to have a 1917 tire combination. This side right here should adequately help you along. 2118, it says RPS Hawk. That includes the Enforcer, that includes the TT250, and other things. I know Bashan has another one out there, so it's got a 2118. You'd want to look at that. This is what I came up with. I went out and I bought myself some 428 sprockets because that's what the bike comes with, is a 428 chain on both bikes. After I bought it, I thought maybe I should have upgraded to a 520. Too late. So what I decided to do was make sure I got myself a good chain, and what I would do is try to figure out the best scenario for that. And what I did was I went and got me an X-ring chain with high tensile strength. You get a standard chain, tensile strength is going to be lower, it'll stretch a little quicker. I don't know, I've heard they've all been good for a while. I know the one on my bike's done good so far. Don't have that many miles on it, but over time that definitely could pay dividends. This is your stock 1746 rear as opposed to the stock RPS 1550. Both bikes redline at 8500. They make power at 7500. That's it. They stop building torque at 5500. Got a 2.706 ratio saying if I'm cruising at 60 miles an hour, I should be hitting about 7 Gs, 7,000 RPM. At 45, I should be running about 4250, 43, whatever. And then my max speed, 64 miles an hour. Well, I can tell you right now, being the robust guy I am, that I can rarely, if ever, hit 64 miles per hour. Now, if you're skinnier, smaller, lighter, you're probably going to hit that. I can hit 62 downhill with wind on my back and somebody pushing me. I might be able to get that, but I don't really get that. I mean, I've got it, but like I said, I really don't get it. RPS 1550 combination, beautiful freaking torque. I mean, this is a really popping machine, but the max speed is 56 miles per hour, give or take. 8 grand at 60,000, at 60 miles per hour, forgive me. But you redline at 8,500, so you're like pushing it to get 60. That's why it says 56.1, A lot of guys, what they did was they kept their rear 50. That's what I did here. They went to a 17. They got to good improvement, 63.5. That's a 2.94 ratio. So now they're cruising at 60 at 7,100. That's still in your power range. So yeah, 63 miles an hour. Then they go and they keep their front. You put a 40 on the back end. Now you're at 2.667. You're doing the 70 mile an hour mark. You're cruising at 60 at 6,400 RPM, 45 at 4,800 RPM. That's a nice setup. Over here, I wanted to do roughly the same. So what I did was, I took my standard and I thought, well, let's keep that front and see what we can do. When I got down to a 42 tooth, it got me in the range I kind of wanted. I wanted to hit the 70 mile an hour mark. That puts me at 6,400 RPMs at 60 miles an hour. Okay, that's not bad because I'm still making power to 7,500. Okay, 45 at 48. So that means somewhere where I'm making torque at the end, I should be in the 50-55 range. To me, that sounds really good because I still got power. I just maxed out on torque. Trying to get a little bit longer in first and second. I'm hoping that will work. Here's the big clincher though. Buying that nice chain, trying to make the 428 last, I decided I didn't want to run the chain. I didn't want to have to add links back to it if this didn't work. If the bike fell on its face and just didn't pull, what have you. I wanted to be able to kind of revert back. Well, you need to understand on these bikes, 17, 16, 15, 17, 15. You notice one thing. When you get to an 18, it gets a little too tight on the front sprocket. Chain and sprocket get a little larger, it's close to the case, can cause problems. A little slack in the chain, all kinds of problems. Could occur. Not guaranteed. People have got away with it. But I thought, I want to keep my gap down, so I'm willing to downsize my front sprocket. If I downsize my front sprocket and keep the 42 that I had figured, I'm at 6.2, 2.5. That's real close to where I was here. Okay, 60 miles an hour at 70K. 60 miles an hour at 68K. It's pretty much the same thing. So I can cut my chain here and revert back to here if this doesn't really get where I'm wanting to go. My max speed has only gone up 2 miles an hour, so I might be able to get that 64 mile an hour. We'll just see. Along the same lines of thinking, a lot of guys have gone to the 46 rear on the 2118 combination. With a 17 front, you can do the 2.706, which puts you in this same range. You're running 60 miles an hour, 6,400 RPM. You can flip up to your 15 front sprocket from your 17, and that'll get you right around 60 at 7,100. So that's also a good combination to go to if you think about it. Talking to some friends on ChinaRiders.net, I'm kind of a part of that. I learned a lot of this. This is old hat to a lot of the veterans who have done this. They've been down this road years before me, and this is where I've gathered this information. This 1540, I know for a fact that this is one of the options that Jerry Hawk runs. I know that Megadan runs a 520 chain, and what he told me, a 13 front on a 520 chain is about the same diameter as if I was to be at a 428 with a 17 front sprocket. So that gives you your clearance. Leaving the 13 at front, you can mess with the back, but at the 520, this is where you want to be. And guess what? That ratio is 2.692. That's basically the same combination or ratio that you're getting out of a 1540 with the 428 chain. By the way, 60 miles an hour at 6,400, 60 miles an hour at 6,400, 45 at 48, 45 at 48. Where I was leading toward, where they ended up, both of them, and not to mention other riders, like someone running a 1746. I'm sure I've seen it in the forums. But this seems to be a good balance for torque and power and good top end. You increase your freaking top end, and the bike can handle it fairly well. To me, it looks really good. I mean, if I'm doing 55, let's just say speed limit's 55. It's going to be somewhere around 5,500 RPM. That's just where I'm at the back end of my torque. That's when I'm done with my torque, but I still got a little power. Maybe that's the power I need. We'll find out. What I went ahead and did was, I went ahead and got myself a better action camera mounted on my helmet, and I videoed that. Currently I'm at stock. We'll go ahead and check these numbers and see if I get 60 miles an hour at $7,000 and 45 at 43, let's say. And if that holds true, then I'm going to do the swap and we'll check these numbers and see if I get 60 at 6,400. Just to give you an idea of what a drop in 4 teeth can do on the rear of this bike. Other than that, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of thinking. There's a bunch of variables you need to keep in mind. Your bike may run better. You know, there's different setups on the carburetor. Some have more air, some taking more gas. Some people are lighter, some people are fatter. So, you know, you're going to get a slight variation, but this should be a good base for you to go by. And to be honest, once you get the gearing going, it's pretty close. So it should be fairly close. We'll take a look at it, and we'll get right back to you. See you soon. the results of what I had come up with, it's relatively close. With all the variables, I mean, 2 to 400 RPM, I mean, that can be expected due to elevation, carburation setup, you know, your tire size, a lot of things, weight, wind, all kinds of things. Either way, I was really pleased with the outcome of how things progressed. I mean, hope this helps you out. Let me know in the comments if it did. Thanks for watching.